This week on PTL, we hand out awards for Rookie of the Split, catch up with China in the LPL playoffs, and break down the North American and European semifinals.
Rivington Bizzle III is a trained helium professional under adult supervision. Do not try this at home.
We welcome you to the Lollipop Guild. PrimeTime League starts right now.
Triple kill for Tyrus. It could still be the Quadra. That's a dropping spider. Quadra coming in for Tyrus.
The Unicorns of Love are going to Sweden, and they are going to face Fnatic.
Oh my God! Rookie is incredible. Turns it all around. Rookie does think it'll hold my drink. I'm going in, boys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to PrimeTime League. I am still Rivington Bizzle III, but now along with me is Sam Kobe Hartman-Kanzler, and we are here with a playoff-packed episode.
That's right. Teams from around the world are battling out for spots at tournaments, seeding in the playoffs, and seats at Worlds. There's a lot happening, so let's jump right into the action.
Let's get it. We'll start things out in China, where the LPL wrapped up their summer split and wasted no time getting straight into the playoffs. Edward Gaming finished this split the same place they finished the last split, first place. But this time around, newcomer QG surprised everyone and locked in second place.
And thanks to their 2-0 sweep over Snake in the final week of the split, IG was able to grab third place, while it was M3 who managed to sneak into the playoffs by taking 8th.
Feels pretty good. And with the 8 playoff teams locked in, the LPL started their postseason on Tuesday with Uzi and 7th place OMG taking on M3.
All right, Tuesday, OMG took out M3 3-0, and Wednesday, VG beat OMG 3-1.
Yep, and that loss for OMG means that Uzi will not be making his third straight appearance at Worlds. Pretty crazy. After reaching the title game with Starhorn Royal Club 2 years in a row, Uzi signed with OMG at the beginning of the year to create a team that really many considered to be a serious contender for the Summoners Cup. But OMG's loss to VG on Wednesday not only ended Uzi's streak, it also puts a rest to a turbulent and pretty disappointing year for them.
Yeah, they've had so many changes, swapping people in and out, benching Going and Uzi and bringing them back, but all for naught.
All for naught. On the flip side, VG's win means they advance to the quarterfinals seeding, where they're earlier this morning, they took on LGD. Both teams will advance to the quarterfinals, win or lose. But this match determined who they will play in that series.
Game number 1 here. Oh, this is the worst feeling. World 6 walks right into TBQ, who is already in the brush, and that gives up first blood to Godv, something you never want to do.
Nope. When everything feels like it's going to go right and it just goes wrong, that usually means other wrongs are to follow. TBQ with good timing in the top lane, they're going to start hitting up onto Dandy now, and things would just start to domino effect against VG.
Yeah, TBQ with actually some good timings all this game. Here, PYL gets caught on Bard, but he's Bard, the best thing. He's able to kite them over through the bottom lane, and the rest of LGD Collapse going to be able to clean them up here despite the shockwave. Acorn goes in for a nice Gnar ultimate onto World 6.
What a change in the fight immediately. Everything, Pong's Ori ultimate, the command shockwave used in defense when everything started in offense. LGD with great fight movement.
I feel like Bard's greatest strength is when he's being chased through the jungle and he's able to lead you on that magical journey.
Well, when you can get away with that much low health, it is a magical journey.
Look at this, though. Another first blood going to go to Godv to start this one out on the Kassadin, and he would be a force to be reckoned with all game long.
Yep. You can see one step ahead there. It's always VG trying to recuperate after something happens. A good hit up there coming from World, and they go for the fight.
Yep, they're able to get the dragon, and the ensuing fight here gets off a pretty long channel there, but Godv with the timely Zonias will dodge the damage.
It all looks so good in the beginning. VG feels like they have the comfort for the fight, and really LGD just can stand still. You didn't see them trying to get each other in or out of the fight. They just knew they could take it. They're that far ahead.
Yeah, Godv with an incredible scoreline there, but LGD overstep a little bit.
Yep.
And the first pick rise from Dandy does come to shine in the late game.
Always going to happen a few times. When you get a little ahead of yourself, things do not go well. Imp, trying to represent on the Twitch, just gets taken down with the rest of his team. Like you said, that rise.
They're so concerned with taking out Bane. Dandy free
full
firing.
Full health on the end. Still Godv on that low, or on that score on the bottom. Still one of the top players for the team throughout this series. 1-1 now as we move into game 3. 17 minutes in. Dragon is the name of the game.
Oh man, the Gnar ultimate able to knock back TBQ and they get a kill, but Imp on Kalista is still gonna keep up the chase here.
A much different story than the Twitch. He can get himself in, out, and around these fights. Godby with the flash over the wall and calculated. Gonna be able to take down the Vayne. Very nicely played.
Yep, can't lifesteal enough there. Acorn also going to be able
it
to
just
pick up
doesn't end.
another. And everybody goes down for the ace. Lulu swapping hands multiple times throughout this series. Imp,
That's
though,
true.
this is going to be a solo play for him. And he gets out the teleport cooldown as well. So much pressure from Imp's Kalista.
You can see VG really trying to make plays there, but things are not going their way. Turrets? What are turrets? PYL disengaging the team so they can figure it out while taking down the turret. Who else they want to kill?
Yep, Imp's able to save PYL. Then Godby turns around, kills the turret right before he goes down.
Push Pong out. He won't be able to do much. Everybody's chasing him. Another surrender coming in. 3 of them throughout this entire game. 2-1 here, so I guess it can happen. What came out of game 3?
Yep,
Or
this
game
is going to
4,
be
I
the third
should
one.
say.
Look at this outplay from Imp. Oh my goodness. Condemning him through the Valkyrie just as it started into the wall. And Imp, no reaction there. Able to just conduct a business as usual on his Vayne. He's going to continue chasing down the team. Look at this. Full speed ahead. Flashes over the wall as well.
LGD is always the right spot at the right time. Power in numbers. You saw all of VG go over the wall there and see that they made a big mistake. And still, LGD, the train's coming down the track.
Yeah, he
20
flashed
minutes in.
forward before. Now he's going to heal forward. Imp just has one speed.
Absolutely crazy. That would be the victory. That would be the series. 3-1. LGD looking strong, but there's also a lot of teams looking strong in that region.
Yeah, man. 23-minute surrenders there.
Absolutely
all
crazy.
from VG.
And now that the quarterfinal seeds have been set, here's what the LPL playoff quarterfinal bracket looks like.
After topping VG in the seeding match, LGD will now face Snake this Friday, and VG will go up against IG on Saturday.
Again, on Friday, the LCS quarterfinals kicked off last weekend as 8 teams battled to keep playoff hopes alive. And the most exciting of the 4 quarterfinal series took place on Sunday over in Europe when the Unicorns of Love faced off against Roccat. And love was in the air.
Yep, and then we're going to start off game 1 with a focus up top here. Look, they've got him on the run, but he's going to live, and Hylissang pops out of nowhere. Timely roam there from Annie.
They must have been just wondering what happened on that, but Hylissang would keep doing this. Where'd he come from this time?
Oh, my goodness. And the Victor follow-up to boot. Power of Evil going to run straight into the back line here and take out all the threats as well. Roccat in game 1. Really, really rough start.
I think Yankos was saying something about Unicorns of Love not being able to get together as a team very well. I think they've made that apparent that that's something they could do within these games. Here, a nice dodge out by Power of Evil on the headbutt pulverize, and Unicorns of Love is already in the base, ready to take the game. 40 minutes.
Yep, flashes that combo there, and they're going to be able to clean this one up.
So 42 on the clock. Unicorns with good momentum. Power of Evil 10-1-6. A good guy to have feeling really confident in these ones, and a good guy to keep going.
All right, so Horo going to revisit that mid lane. The binding comes in from Hylissang, though, before any flash reaction.
Yeah, you can see Nuke Duck was not
From
expecting
Nuke Duck.
more people to party in the mid lane. Baron in 45 minutes. These games actually quite long throughout this series, and Power of Evil still coming up big.
Yeah, and this fight right here, Unicorns of Love actually had more money than Roccat, even though they were behind in kills. And it was a very risky flank there from Vardags on Sivir that actually paid off for them at the Baron.
Ooh.
1 HP right there for Power of Evil.
Skin of his teeth. Another one for Unicorns of Love. What would Roccat be able to do? If anything, they would try with Victor now in the mid lane. Yankos on that mid lane.
Yeah, we're going to skip game 3, go straight to game number 4 here, the Dragon fight. They use a lot to chase down Annie, but they split him off at the Dragon, and they're going to be able to clean it up as well.
Trying to keep their hopes alive in the playoff. Roccat doing everything necessary to keep the game in their favor here. Unicorns of Love trying to go hard towards the end.
Yep. Horo going to be on the front lines here, though, and Nuke Duck pops him with the ultimate Victor burst damage. Still surprising. Unicorns, though, they have so much control. 2 inhibitors here. Everything going for them. Steve with the re-engage, though, and Roccat last hope.
Tries to go in. They have to go for broke here. The base is in shambles right now due to minions. The inhibitor just went down, so they are fighting for their lives, and Unicorns of Love knows it, drawing them farther and farther outside of their base.
That was the second fight where Rocket were barely able to defend just outside of their base, and they were able to pull it back to a 2-2. Really tense game 5.
The iron lung there at the end, but they pull through. Now out of that ICU unit, they start off in the top lane. Unicorns of Love, that is, and a nice start by Vizichachi. Steve, you can see the kind of endurance of the best of 5 getting to him a bit.
Yeah, no backup for him, and the flash in a straight line means he's going to go down. Hylissang on Alistar, goes in, shockwave combo, Gnar ultimate combo, painful.
Wombo combo, indeed. Vizichachi straight on. Steve couldn't even do anything on the teleport to get back to the team. Things were getting rough here for Rocket as Unicorns of Love could engage 4v5.
Another combo there from Hylissang to engage for the Unicorns.
You already have Vizichachi in the top, taking inhibitors down, knocking down Nexus turrets. Rocket having to pull back, realizing that this just might be the game.
Yep, and with number 5 on the line, Unicorns are able to clutch it. They get another combo.
Absolutely amazing how Unicorns of Love continues to do everything around that Gnar bar. The engages, even if they don't need them, are coming from the Alistar, and they had a perfect composition to take that best of 5 series and move on.
A lot of back and forth in that series, as expected in many Unicorn series.
Yep.
Heading into the second one, though, here it's H2K versus Giants.
That's right. That series went a full 5. Europe's other quarterfinal matchup. This one was a bit more one-sided.
Yeah, a little bit. H2K would gain the early lead and then constantly use the Fog of War to their advantage, hiding in brush to get the surprise. Here's once again Kasing with another hook out of Fog of War. Nothing you can do there. Corky's dead before he can move.
Not having the vision yet means you're probably going to go down. And H2K used that to their advantage the whole time. Now into the base, 29 minutes in. Giants under-leveled, underpowered, can't do anything.
There is nothing they could do there. Skill shots upon skill shots landing for H2K. And they take very quick game number 1.
Yeah, very, very quick. You can see Ryu switching back and forth as well. Utility, damage mid laners, here the Ori, and here the great plays in the bot lane.
Oh my goodness, such a dangerous 4v3 tower dive onto the Alistar. Kasing's still going to live. No. Teleport even comes in, and H2K, after you fail a tower dive like that, you gotta, there's very, very little that Giants can do to get back into this one.
After you fail a tower dive like that, the other team feels secure enough to tower dive like this.
Yep, H2K gonna push it straight through to the inhibitor turret here. They already have Baron buff as well, so they're gonna be able to take it.
What a strong showing from H2K in the playoffs as well. A team now tested in a best of 5 shows that they can bring diversity into each game, and it just did not seem like Giants knew how to stop that diversity. Trying as they may to get a few kills for themselves here, they get themselves going in game 3.
Yep, no camp to hop to there for at least on the rappel. Ryu, though, on the Karthus, is going to survive a dangerous game.
Yep.
Gonna keep him alive from the burn as well. Not even close.
Not to mention that H2K actually pulled out the substitute jungler, Vitong Jacques, as well, to put him in game. Didn't do too bad.
Yeah, Kasing on Alistar, though. Just
it's
such
always
a force
the
for
power of
these guys.
Kasing. You ask anybody on the team, where is it coming from? Kasing. Here, maybe might be the R from Ryu coming down in the Requiem. Lots of damage, completely pushing Giants off. They could not even approach these fights. It's only 25 minutes in, and it was only a few more minutes, Kobe, that it took H2K to take pretty much the fastest series in the playoffs ever.
Yeah, the fastest quarterfinals there, ever for either LCS. Setting records, those guys, just with how big of a stomp that was.
Crazy. You can see it right there. Getting stomped down. 29.5 minutes was the average game length. Anything start up, LCS quarterfinal record, and more than one. It's definitely a good day on the Rift.
And look at that bottom lane KDA, 42.5. Holy moly. Yeah.
Everybody's got core items when they need it at 372.9 GPM. I should know I do that math all the time.
On the fly.
Like, boom, got it. Needless large Raj, 2 minutes in. So with the quarterfinals down, it's time to look forward to this weekend's semifinals. And here to give us some insight into the matches in the European LCS, let's send it over to Evie Schaaks de Portre and Martin de Fischio Lunga.
Thank you, guys. And yeah, the European LCS semifinals, they begin this weekend. First up, we will have H2K taking on Origin, followed by the Unicorns of Love who will take on Fnatic. A repeat of our Spring Split finals, 3-2 to Fnatic, in case you don't remember.
Yeah, I definitely do. And those best of fives will take place this weekend with Origin versus H2K on Saturday and Fnatic versus the Unicorns of Love on Sunday. Both series will start at 8 a.m. Pacific. That is 5 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Now, last week on PTL, Phreak and Kobe had to preview the North American quarterfinals while dealing with death timers. And we're going to be doing the same thing, only better and for the semis.
Yeah, and of course, to prove that EU is in fact greater than NA, that you should have your smite on D, your flash on F, we're just going to do it in 45 seconds per team instead of the 1 minute the other guys had. So I'm going to start with H2K, because they will obviously be taking on Origin here. And let's just get the clock rolling, and I'll start going. So 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to go. H2K will beat Origin in the early game. They have to be able to lane swap and get an advantage. Origin so far, if they've been behind at 20 minutes, they've lost every single game. It happened 5 times. H2K need to beat them there. So you lane swap, you open up the map. That allows now Kasing to start roaming around from the bottom lane, create picks, set up tower dives together with Lulex or Betong Yoke, depending on who he's playing. And then, of course, in the mid lane, we have Rio, the veteran. He's been really strong on these assassins where he can also start joining Kasing and Betong Yoke or Lulex in the roams. And Origin, they struggle if they don't set up map vision. They tend to get caught out. Niels has honestly been performing a little bit poorly, especially in team fights. So there are room for these pick comps here H2K can run to catch out Origin and beat them.
You actually stopped before the timer. It seemed like you didn't have enough to convince me that H2K might make it versus Origin. Now I'm going to talk about OG. Start the timer. You've been talking a lot about the early game and how Origin, if they get behind, can win it. I don't think they will fall behind in the early game versus H2K, lane swap or not, simply because I think that Amazing can put more pressure on the map than either Betong Jocko or Lulex, who will be able to facilitate his lanes to keep on rolling. You mentioned that you don't think that Niels has been doing so well. This split in general, I feel like he's a big contender for Rookie of the Split.
I said lately.
He has fantastic. You're not allowed to cut in. Mr. has been doing really, really well. On top of that, the experience on the lineup of OG. 86 playoff games between those players, of course excluding Niels, who is the rookie but has been doing very well. They have a ton of experience, especially in a best of 5 like this where it matters. H2K has been known to sometimes falter after some losses, especially in a series like this, if they fall behind.
All right, let's move on to the next semifinal. We have Fnatic taking on the Unicorns of Love, of course. You have 45 seconds to explain why or what Fnatic should do to remain, of course, undefeated in this season here.
All right, we can roll the clock. Fnatic, what do they have to do? They have to keep doing what they've been doing. They are 18-0 on the split. They are on the way to a perfect split. You mentioned the spring finals, 3-2 in favor of Fnatic versus Unicorns of Love. But this iteration of Fnatic is just a lot stronger in every single position. Dare I even say the coach position and the way they can move in picks and bans, because Unicorns of Love have been known to throw out cheese here and there, but I think the depth of the champion pools and the knowledge in the pick and ban phase will be good for Fnatic in this one. On top of that, Huni and Reignover, that synergy is through the roof. And okay, Horo and Vizicachi had a good showing in their quarterfinals, but I don't think it beats Huni and Reignover. On top of that, shot calling Fnatic led by Yellowstar against Unicorns of Love, who had better shot calling in their semifinal game 5 versus Roccat at least.
Okay, yeah, game 5, I'll give you that. In the last game, they made some good calls. Now, what Unicorns have to do, let's just start the clock already. Unicorns right here, it's going to be about what Horo can do in the jungle versus Reignover, because Reignover has been a target of bans. Teams have tried to shut him down. If you make sure he falls behind, Horo can then start going top lane, camp Huni up there, of course, and try and shut him down. He's going to make sure the Holo dies out, and it becomes Horo instead. That's very tough to say, by the way, for the Unicorns of Love, because let's be real here. You don't beat Fnatic in a beauty contest. They're 10 out of 10 in the looks. They're beautiful. So instead, if you want to be the Miss European or Miss EU here for Unicorns of Love, you need to bring some personality, some charm. Again, we're going to need this farmer girl who's been working at a dairy farm all her life, who's been making a lot of cheese. That's the Unicorns of Love. They got to bring it on stage. They got to show it to the judges. They got to make sure they can impress with all the skills, because the looks, they belong to Fnatic.
Oh my, that was perfect delivery. I have to commend you on that. Well, our dead timers are going to go on cooldown, but we're going to send it over to Riv to present today's first Rookie of the Split awards.
Thank you very much, Shocks. So last week on PrimeTime League, we gave out Coach of the Split awards to Fnatic's Daylor and Team Liquid's Peter. This time, we'll be honoring the most OP newcomer in both the North American and European LCS with the Rookie of the Split award. During their first split in the LCS, Origin has never dropped below third, and much of that success has been due to their 17-year-old AD carry Niels. Niels joined Peke's challenger team before the spring split and helped Origin win their way into the LCS, where he has had an amazing summer split. His 8.5 KDA and 95 kills were the highest among all LCS rookies, and he led the entire LCS in double kills with 16. Even more impressive is the fact that he set an LCS record in his very first split. During Origin's match against SK Gaming back in Week 2, he had a 32 KDA on Urgot. That's the highest KDA in a single game for any LCS player in history. Got him. Now it's my honor to welcome the 2015 LCS Rookie of the Split, Origin's AD carry Niels, to PrimeTime League, and I do believe that Peke may have something for you. Congratulations, Niels, on the award. I do have to say that. It was a very good season that you have played. I do have a few questions for you as Peke kind of lurks on the screen and gives you what you very well deserve. What were your expectations coming into this split? What were you feeling being on Origins?
I mean, some people think that I was pressured, but I actually didn't feel any pressure at all. I felt like I would just do my best, and then I would hope for the best too. And yeah, I just went into every game with the mindset of doing the best you can and just pray, you know.
Oh, the man himself, Peke, from the mid lane, roaming down to the bottom. There it is, the award. Congratulations once again, Niels. Another question for you. You know, what do you feel your growth has been as a rookie coming into this split?
I think I had some slight trouble on stage at the first couple of weeks, but over the weeks it's been better and better. And also, I feel like what I give to the team is better now than before. In the start, I was a bit not nervous for the team, but I wasn't talking as much and I wasn't saying as much in practice and this kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think I give more to the team now than I do at the start of the split.
Awesome. And I have a few more questions for you. You know, with a few new teams now coming in, Dignitas and Renegades making it in, what kind of, or any AD carries, what kind of words do you have for AD carries breaking into that professional scene to kind of get over the hurdles that you experienced?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's different from person to person because some people feel like they're tilting or they're nervous on stage, but I never really had this problem. I just, I really don't know, man.
Just a strong head, good skills, and a great team around you, I guess, is the answer there. Well, thank you very much, Niels. Very much so. Congratulations on the award. Best of luck to the team as well versus H2K, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, well, Niels finds a spot in the Origin Gaming House for his new hardware. I'd put it to Peke's PTL FO4 trophy right there on the case. Put it right next to it. It's time for one man to dive into Fnatic's historic LCS run in this edition of JAT 22.
Fnatic recently became the first team in the history of the LCS to have an undefeated 18-0 season. So whenever a team becomes as dominant as Fnatic in any sport, it is due to a number of things coming together at just the right time. For Fnatic, even though they are the defending Spring Split champions, this team is vastly superior to the squad that went 13-5 in the spring. And one thing that's changed more than anything else is their attitude. After their Spring Split championship and their MSI performance where they took SKT to 5 games, Fnatic seemed to morph into a hardened team. In the Spring Split, Fnatic had some of the most enthusiastic celebrations after victory of any team. They were an excitable team that took great joy in victory. And now, it seems to be just raw determination. When they come back from a 5,000 gold deficit and win, they look disappointed in their mistakes. When they win in 35 minutes, they wonder why they couldn't have won in 30. And there is a certain charm in the determination Fnatic has and the drive they have to improve, but I also see their lack of celebration as a slight cause for concern, because small victories need to be celebrated in order to diminish the growing pressure of being undefeated. Aside from their changed attitude, though, this team has overcome a ton of obstacles which they struggled with in the spring split. There was an obvious weakness at AD carry in Steelback. He underperformed all spring. He averaged negative 6.5 CS difference at 10 minutes and was even more exposed at MSI. In one game at MSI, he fell behind by 40 CS to Deft by the 10-minute mark. And the acquisition of Reckless may actually be the largest improvement for Fnatic of anything, as he has proven to be better than Steelback in nearly every statistical category. We also need to look at the change of playstyle from Fnatic, because in the spring, Febiven was somewhat of an inconsistent laner. Steelback was also below average, and Huni would make teleports very early in the game. And even though Huni's teleports worked more often than not, when they didn't, it set Fnatic into large holes and threw the whole team into disarray. But this split, Fnatic is much more developed and reliable in their strategies. They play a reserved early game style in the bot and mid lane, and then they support Huni's aggression reliably with pressure from Reignover. To illustrate that, Febiven went even in lane, which means between a 7 CS lead or 7 CS deficit more times than any other EU LCS mid. Reckless in the bottom lane as well went even or better in 15 of 18 games, but usually even. So those reliable lanes being there, it sets Reignover and Yellowstar and Huni to go to work and grow a slow advantage in the early game. And the mid game is where they've been crushing people with superior team fighting and decision making. Furthermore, even when they do fall behind in the early game, as was seen in matches versus Origin and H2K, they've been able to pull out clutch team fights and end the game shortly after regaining their leads thanks to great shot calling. They are also surprisingly more top lane and jungle focused than any team in Europe. From a gold share perspective, Reignover and Huni rank second for their roles, while Febiven is 9th for mid and Reckless is also 9th for AD carry. And one byproduct of having gold distribution like that is that for Fnatic, everyone on the team becomes a threat. Mid lane and AD carry, they're still strong because those are the roles that traditionally demand the most income, and that makes Huni and Reignover much stronger than their opponents due to their increased gold share. Now on to Fnatic's team comps, we need to touch on that, because Fnatic is diverse in the raw number of champions they pick, but all of their comps follow a similar pattern of being a triple threat composition. Huni is on a carry, Reignover's on a tank jungler, and then Febiven and Reckless are on reliable, safe damage dealers most of the time. Very rarely does Fnatic depart from a 3-carry style. And with that, Fnatic has been good at every composition they've run this split. They're also well coached, well managed, and have one of the most experienced players in the world with Yellowstar at support. All those things, perfect recipe to go 18-0 in a split. They needed those things. And now the question will be whether they can maintain perfection throughout the EU playoffs, as pretty much everyone has written them in as the summer split champions already, which only increases the pressure on the team. So if they were to lose, however unlikely it may be, it would be due to teams preying on Fnatic's tendencies. Teams need to cut into where Fnatic draw their advantages, meaning they would attack Huni and Reignover early, because if Reignover and Huni can't gain an advantage while Fnatic is splitting mid and bot lane by playing conservatively, maybe there's a chance this team falls. Easier said than done, of course. There may also be unexposed holes in Fnatic's champion pools. Huni has played Maokai one time in his LCS career, and it was probably his worst pro game ever. He had a 1 kill, 9 death, 6 assist scoreline, and that was not good for him. Reignover may also have to shift his pool because Elise and Nidalee are so strong in the jungle right now. And while Reignover did play Elise in OGN to some success with 5 wins and 7 losses, that was long ago, and it's unexplored territory for Fnatic as a team. Also, if Reignover is to play Nidalee, it could throw the whole balance of Fnatic's team compositions off, because Reignover would not be on a tank jungler, meaning that Huni would have to play a tank role where he's not as comfortable or successful. At the end of the day, though, Fnatic has overcome larger challenges in the past than the things I just mentioned. Like, for instance, bringing in 4 new players and still winning the spring split. And after an 18-0 regular season, it's expected that Fnatic take the EU crown and auto-qualify for Worlds. And I, for one, can't wait to see it.
And Fnatic will become the first team in LCS history to do it. The perfect split, 18-0.
Hello? Hey, 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 hey.
This is series of 5, so we can learn a lot from game 1. So just use this first game to learn as much as you can.
Jag ult. ITP on ward.
The timing is
do it slow, they take a tower, they take a tower. They take a tower.
Take it, go play.
Alright?
I have no mana, I have no
Get a gas. You're fine.
Okay, thank God,
Keep
thank
the
God. Go play it, guys. Go play it.
The moment you stop talking, the moment you don't share, the moment you chill, the moment you get angry, it's over. So stay positive, keep talking, keep believing in every one other.
Look in. QTP. Wait.
Okay.
HP.
China.
Nice.
China.
Kai. Oh, nice.
Elise.
Elise.
고고모.
Careful, boss. Here. It's here.
아지르.
Kill him here.
아지르.
Oh.
아지르.
Nice.
Oh my god. It's okay.
They can try to end. I think we end.
Yeah, just end.
Yeah.
50 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, Rek'Sai. Can we look bottom? I'm coming.
Okay, coming.
I'm coming.
Ellis.
Come on.
Go.
I got caught.
Go in the flash.
I'm not going to call.
Corki in the play. Corki. Just
I'm
go
here.
front. Just go front.
Okay. Kog'Maw after maybe? Or no,
go.
too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
No gangplank.
I have heal.
Be careful, Adrian.
I'm fine.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Maybe I need to heal you.
I'm not passive. Here. Okay, here, leader. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, you go what?
Yeah, I go bot. Hey, Dragon's up
Can I
soon.
get this?
You got
You almost got Penta.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you had to quad.
Turtle stole it with the rocket. I don't even remember.
True.
How did you steal it for rocket?
I didn't steal it. I didn't even kill him.
You got a kill, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I killed Hunter or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
Coming still.
Move, Hunter. They're going on me. Citroen, you're fine. I'm on for you. You're ulted. Keen. I'll take. Bunny. Nice. Move. We can Baron all this. No, we can't. We can get in it, bot. In it, bot. He's no flash. Nice. We can get in it, bot. Nice. Good play. Oh, wait, Baron's
gone.
Nice double Negatron, Santorin.
I got it.
Bucket. There, I got it.
Nice. You just get out now.
Get the red? Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should play with the hoodie or without, because now it's a bit cold, but with it, it's like a bit hot. Warm.
Yeah.
You want to keep it to me?
No.
No?
You're cold or what?
You want it?
So you want judges but not mine? Oh, really?
What the VM?
Hiddle is saying another team player. He's like, nah, you can't have it. Killed her. I out.
Go!
Tower.
Maybe even finish the game.
Nash is up as well. Okay, go towards Nash. Tower.
Nash, no?
I think towards Nash, touch it, towards Nash. Guys, I go.
Okay.
Go.
Get caught.
Good job!
Hopefully we get some more nice coming out through the playoffs. But now we're going to check in on the LCK, where their summer split just ended earlier today.
The top 5 teams heading to the playoffs remain the same, but after the final series of the summer split, the KOO Tigers were able to jump over Najin EM Fire into 4th place.
A little switcheroo. The KOO will be facing Najin in round 1 of the LCK playoffs, which begin on Sunday. That 4th place leapfrog means that the KOO Tigers will have side selection advantage in the series.
And the winner of that series goes on to face CJ Entis in round 2, and whoever takes the victory there will move on to face KT Rolster in round 3. And of course, SKT will be waiting for the team that advances all the way to the final.
Oh joy. So let's break things down for the teams who will be facing each other in round 1, which is a best of 3 series between the 4th seeded KOO Tigers and the 5th seeded Najin.
Yeah, I mean, even though the KOO Tigers were able to leapfrog ahead at the end of the season, they've been struggling whenever they go up against teams around the top 6. All members really have been kind of falling off a little bit for them, and Najin were able to take the victory last time they met in week 10, 2-1. Of course, a big part of that was the Olaf there up in the top lane from Duke. Also, pre-Worlds Watch is showing back up. If there is a worry for Najin right now, though, it's probably Goong in the mid lane. I guess SKT especially, he kind of lost them some games, poor positioning, got caught out quite often. So the KOO Tigers might be able to do this if they can get past the laning phase of Najin, try and take it more towards the late game and pull out victories there. They might be able to move on to the next stage.
We'll have to see. It seems like it's becoming kind of a trend that teams have a mid slump now and then try to rise at the end of the season. It's been working out for some.
KOO Tigers have been able to come out of a slump before.
Yeah.
Now would definitely be the time for them to do it.
That would help a little bit. So you can catch the first round of LCK playoff excitement this Sunday, August 16th at 6 p.m. in Korea, 2 a.m. Pacific time, and 11 a.m. Central European Summer Time.
Hey everyone, and
hello, Phreak.
Great. Well, while we wait to find out what happened in the LCK, let's check out what happened last weekend in the North American quarterfinals. In the first series, Team Impulse and the new mid laner Gate took on a struggling Team Dignitas, and here we get ourselves into game one. And honestly, this whole Impulse series, business as usual.
Yeah, Team Dignitas would continue to struggle. Here is jumping all the way into the 30-minute mark, though, a team fight that they do manage to come out ahead on. Kiwi Kid on the Alistar, setting things up for Dignitas.
Yeah, really good set of picks. The engages were very, very big, and the burst and the damage makes sure they kill out the Kog'Maw and the Janna, who are two very crucial parts of the composition. But this time around, the Kog'Maw doesn't die. Apollo's safe, and Gate on the Azir also has free reign.
Oh, yeah. This actually looked bad initially for Impulse, but Gate sees his opening. The two huge damage sources left unattended here on Impulse, and they clean up. Gate and Apollo wreck Team Dignitas.
3-item Kog'Maw and also the Janna support from Adrian, built completely for buffing up the Cog Ardent Sensor. Zeke's Herald, Harbinger
came in at just the right moment for that play.
This one's big. The Impulse just went for a dive and then hid in the brush. Dignitas does not see it coming. Helios face checks a little bit too far. Great cocoon by Rush. Already into game two, starting out well for Impulse.
Yeah, they initially not able to get it, but just stick around and you will be rewarded. Here goes Rush. Debuting his Rylai's Crystal Scepter slow, and he's able to get the solo kill because of it.
Yeah, that was actually the first kill the entire series that Apollo himself was not a part of.
True.
So Rush with a great solo kill. That's game two, quick one. Now again, more tower dives. Rush still gets this Elise, still gets some kills.
Yep, Elise all 3 games for him, and he was able to make it work, even with Nidalee and Lee Sin banned both times. Here we go, starting out the game with a tower dive like this. Got to be demoralizing for Team Dignitas. They went to the gangplank in their time of need, but rough early start for them. Not going to be able to make it work.
Even though Gamsu had money, it was not a big deal.
Hey,
Impact,
same spot.
Yeah, same spot indeed. Impact with the shield on one of the front liners, all as well. Just a quick cleanup here on this one. Honestly, it was somewhat close up to this point, but Team Impulse, much better team fighting. The Kog'Maw's gone. It got stolen away by Shifter, but did not matter. Impact got player of the series for that one. We're going to see Impulse play Counter Logic Gaming this coming Saturday. Now, we have, of course, more quarterfinal matches. The second one happened on last Sunday, and fourth-seeded Gravity looked to pull down Bjergsen and Team Solomid, who came into the playoffs as that 5th seed. Their lowest LCS postseason start in team history, but TSM were happy to do well. They, in fact, already won game one. We're here in game two here.
Yep, jump right into it here, and Bjergsen and Santorin overcommit on the repel. Just a rookie mistake right there, and Gravity make them pay for it. Pretty big early win there for Gravity, and they will be able to snowball this.
Yeah, Lust Boy's in a bad spot as well, so a pretty good start here. Now keep in mind, Dyrus' Olaf had actually been very, very strong all series, practically hard carried game one, but with the rest of his team feeding in game two, there's not always a whole lot he can do in this one.
Yeah, this is one of the good games here for Move. They've become a lot less, fewer and far between here for him, but he was able to make it work on at least this time around. Look at that steal from Santorin, though. It's all about him. It wasn't even a spear landing.
Nope, he just jumped over the wall, smited, and flashed right back out. But still, Baron steal or not, Gravity very, very far ahead here. 15-2 in kills. Honestly, not much good happened for TSM over in game two. So, okay, Gravity ties up the series. Life is good. They go for an entirely different comp. It's Ashe and Orianna. It's a big team fight comp. Here's the Wombo combo, but Dyrus is in the back line, and goodbye, Altec.
Yeah, Dyrus gets to run straight into the enemy team. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide for any member of Gravity, and nowhere to repel to either. So Move does end up getting killed as well. Doesn't quite get the Penta, but that's pretty close.
Wild Turtle took one of them away, but yeah, Dyrus a quadra kill here in game three to put a big lead. There's the Wombo combo. There's the engage, but problem is they're 13,000 gold down.
Yeah, it's 11-1 when they finally pull off that play. And TSM, not only are they able to kite away, but Turtle gonna turn around for the snipe as well.
Whoops, 1-for-1 when the fight happened as perfectly as it possibly could have there.
Did you see that? Yes, I'm so good, hilarious.
That was pretty good overall, though. Here we go. Sub 30 minutes inside the base. Move. Not going to be able to do much here. Santorin
not going to be able to do anything.
That's true, but guess what? Wild Turtle's happy.
Yeah, they just got a little loose inside the enemy base at the end of the game. Still able to clean this one up.
All right, that makes the series 2-1 in favor of TSM. That's the game there. That Dyrus Quadra, of course, massive on the Olaf. So finally coming into game four. Olaf gets banned. He's got to play something else.
Oh, no. What am I going to do? Oh, I'll just go back to Gnar, which has been one of my best champions all split long. And Dyrus, once again, comes up big. Plus, with Dyrus off of Olaf, Bjergsen goes back to a damage dealer, and the Ahri picks up right where he left off.
They do absolutely wonderfully. 3-0-5 on the Ahri, 3-0-3 on the Gnar up there, and it just keeps going well for TSM. They find pick after pick after pick. Moves had a very weak series as well, 0-5-0 in the crucial final game. Under 30 minutes on the Nexus already.
Yeah, all he got was, that game 2, a couple of dodges, but aside from that, really rough for him. And that's been kind of typical of the entire team.
Yeah.
Declining over the end of the split and into playoffs as well.
Yeah, roughly the last 8 games of Gravity were fairly weak. It's too bad to see, but unfortunately that's the end of their season. We will see them in the North American Regional, though, so that might be very exciting. Maybe they can pick it up in a couple of weeks' time. But TSM did well, and those 2 quarterfinals have been finished, which means that the semifinals are set for this weekend.
Yeah, both matches are best of 5 and will kick off immediately following the conclusion of the European semifinal series on Saturday and Sunday.
And now for a closer look at those semifinals. We're tossing out the countdown clock and the air horn and bringing back Phreak and Kobe for our first ever PTL semifinal showdown. All right, gentlemen, the rules of the showdown are simple. I'll give you the matchup, and you blow my mind with your knowledge, amaze me with stats, and maybe even dazzle me with some style. I'll give you points based on your answers, and upon conclusion, I will award a winner based on my own secret deliberations. The winner will get 30 seconds to say whatever they want, minus puns, hopefully, with the caveat that we do have our fingers on the bleep button. Ready, gentlemen and Phreak? Our first semifinal matchup features Counterlogic Gaming taking on Team Impulse. Kobe, will this be the year CLG lives up to their potential? Take it away.
This is actually a really interesting matchup because both of these teams have run top lane carry strategies. The thing is that these teams go about getting their top laners advantages in very different ways. TIP, obviously, they use Rush. He combines with Impact to be one of the best top lane jungle combos in the league. CLG, though, they actually have the best early game of teams in this league. A lot of the times they get it through lane swaps where Zion doesn't even have to fight anybody. He comes into lane with a lead. Zion and Doublelift actually have the highest CS differential at 10 for their roles. So that means both sides of the lane swap are getting those advantages early.
All right, well, you can talk about, the individuals making good plays, but here I think on an individual skill level, though, I think Impact eclipses Zion Spartan. So if CLG doesn't actually beat the lane swap game, which is more strategic than actual playmaking potential on an individual level, if that doesn't happen, then Impulse, I think, have a clear victory in the top lane matchup, especially with Rush showing up there. And then similarly on the bottom lane, actually, we've been seeing Impulse put more and more and more emphasis on that bottom lane. And when Rush is that much better than Xmithie, I think it's going to be very hard for a Double and Aframo to feel comfortable playing so aggressively into Apollo and Adrian. If Rush is there and Rush is going to outgank Xmithie, then it actually hurts a lot of those early game moves that CLG likes to make. The one advantage they do have, of course, is that mid lane matchup. Pobelter is very likely to outlane Gate. Very likely to outlane Gate.
Stopping everybody right there. Perfect. Great. I like it. On the timer. Let's go. All right. Right now, the point total with those is going to be 15 for Kobe and 10 for Phreak. It is obviously harder to follow up on the first answer.
All right.
But I still believe Phreak can get it. Let's move on to the next matchup. Phreak will get the upper hand. It's going to be Team Liquid versus Team Solo Mid. Can Team Solo Mid make their 6th straight LCS finals, or will Team Liquid snap the streak? Phreak?
I really don't think this streak is going to get snapped. I thought coming into it, Liquid was going to do really well. I didn't actually think TSM was even going to make it out of quarterfinals, but it's playoff TSM. Playoff TSM basically never fails. They at least make finals every single time.
What are you talking about? They fail the first game of almost every best of series they go.
Which is why it's a best of 5. Like in best of 1s, okay, TSM lost some games, but TSM always makes finals. And we saw in the 2 weeks off how much they improved. They played an entirely different style. We haven't seen them play in like literally 2 years, where Dyrus was the focus of the team and he was the one carrying and whatnot. With Dyrus playing this well, it stuffs out Quas a bit, which is one of the big bright points of the Liquid squad.
I guarantee you that Quas and Liquid are going to be ready.
And the thing is, as soon as Phoenix doesn't get Azir, Bjergsen's going to go and win that matchup because you're going to have Santorin, who's doing well for himself.
Well, that's definitely false. I'm going to stop you right there because you have no stats to back up anything that you're saying.
Please.
Phoenix is actually also undefeated on Twisted Fate, and he had a KDA of 21. He has other champions that he can use. People really focus on the Azir because he's so good on Azir, but he does have other champions that they can use in multiple strategies. Big strength for Team Liquid is that they have always had so many strategies that they bring to a best of 5s, even when they were Team Curse. Big part of that is going to be Phoenix fitting right into the rest of the mix with Dominate leading the charge.
All right, I like it. Stop. This is where we're done. Like it. Drawing the line. Let's bring these proceedings to a halt because it is time to total up the points. The style in the last round was absolutely amazing, and after carefully weighing on my decisions based on the random doodles I have jotted down here, I declare the winner to be Kobe because Phreak broke his box. Nice work, well done. As a reward, you now receive 30 seconds to rant about anything you want. Kobe, you have the floor.
30 seconds. I think we could all just bask in my glory, and we'll take a look at Phreak here. Frowny face, let's do that. All right, terrible loss there for Phreak. I'm sure he'll feel the burn for a while. All right, well, that was weird. Let's get down to some business now. You can watch the North American LCS semifinals in style and make some new friends. Just head over to one of the viewing parties happening in Quebec, New York City, Georgia, and more. For all the information, just head over to loesports.com/VP. And if you can't make the trip to New York City or Stockholm for the North American and European finals on August 23rd, you can still join your fellow LCS fans in person. Coca-Cola will be hosting a buffed viewing party at movie theaters across the United States and Europe. So you can catch every big play from the championships on the big screen. For more details, head over to loesports.com.
Now, Gravity has been a familiar face in the top of the North American standings this split and held first place 4 out of the 9 weeks. One player who has kept the team in the running has been their man in the jungle, Move. And that has been due to his excellent vision control. Move places 1.1 wards per minute on average, which is the second highest for a jungler across the LCS. And he also kills 0.5 wards every minute, which is the best for a jungler in the LCS. Move, for your impressive play all split, we are happy to present you with the North American Rookie of the Split Award. Congratulations on your success with the team and in the jungle this split. I do have a few questions for you. JJ, thanks for joining us and translating today. Okay. Move, coming into the split, what was it like adjusting to the big stage, being an LCS team?
아무래도 미국에 처음 왔기 때문에 영어를 하지 못해서 의사소통 문제로 가장 힘들었던 것 같아요.
It's the first time coming to the States, so the most important part was the most difficult part of adjusting to the team was communication. So trying to overcome that difficulty was the hardest part.
And Move, I have one more question for you. What do you feel your growth has been throughout this split, now being the rookie of the split?
제가 원래 게임할 때 후반부로 가면 갈수록 약해졌는데 아무래도 이번 시즌은 좀 긴 시즌이다 보니까 좀 그런 면에서 많이 연습된 것 같아요.
So in the second half of the game, I used to lose concentration, but since this season was so long, I was able to overcome that and then practice and then get better on that.
Well, congratulations on all the skills that you've heightened, and again, the Rookie of the Split Award. Move, best of luck in the future to you and the team.
Well, congratulations on that award. I'm sure you're very moved. Now let's check out your tweets. Last week we asked you which 4 LCS teams will win in the quarterfinals and to join the rest and the best in the Hall of Fame. You had to add which team would have the most kills and what that number would be. Well, the correct answers were H2K, Unicorns of Love, Team Impulse, and TSM. And for the Hall of Fame, you had to guess Rocket, who had the most despite losing with 79. And I have good news and bad news. The good news is 22 of you correctly predicted the winners of the quarterfinals. However, the bad news is that nobody gets into the Hall of Fame, not even me, even though I did guess Rocket, and I was pretty close to getting that one right. Oh well. Now, guys, you'll have another shot at the Hall of Fame this week. As we head into the semifinals, we want you to tell us which LCS team will have the fastest single game win this weekend. And to make it into the Hall, tell us what that game time will be. And because I want you guys to have a bit of a chance, you get to be plus or minus 5 seconds. So you get a bit of a range there. That means my guess is going to be Fnatic in 24-25. And just maybe I'll get in.
So while Phreak continues to try and earn his way into the PTL Hall of Fame, this weekend an LMS team will earn something much more prestigious, a trip to the 2015 World Championship. The LMS Regionals kick off on Friday with the winner earning the region's second berth at Worlds. Up first, Hong Kong Esports will take on the Taipei Assassins. That will be followed on Saturday by the Flash Wolves versus Midnight Sun Esports. The winners of those 2 series will face each other on Sunday, with the victor joining AHQ at Worlds as the number 2 LMS seed. Each match will be a best of 5, and the games begin tomorrow at 1 p.m. in Taiwan, 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 a.m. Central European Summer Time. And for a deeper dive into the LMS playoff picture, let's send it over to Caster Clement to fill us in.
Thanks, Riv. On our first day of qualifiers, we have a classic matchup between Hong Kong Esports and the Taipei Assassins. HKE is a heavy favorite here after they placed second in our summer playoffs, beating out the Flash Wolves. Their new Korean top laner Mei dealt the most damage out of any playoff top, and his rumble was especially key in forming HKE's poke compositions. For Dinter and Toys, this is their last season as pro players, so they're putting everything into this tournament. On TPA's side, Chowi was just banned due to elo boosting in Singapore. Even though the investigation is still ongoing, he will not be playing in this qualifiers, so things don't look very good for our former world champions. On our second day of qualifiers, we have Flash Wolves versus Midnight Sun. For MSE, even though they squeaked into the playoffs, they got demolished by Hong Kong Esports. For them, they really need to overcome their language barrier and try to find their identity. We think that they're going to play a protection comp with Stitch on hypercarries like Jinx or Kog'Maw. For Flash Wolves, this series is all about keeping their wits together. As long as they don't freeze up or panic, this should be a fairly smooth series for them. On our final day, we're hoping to see a rematch between Flash Wolves and Hong Kong Esports. For the Flash Wolves, we hope they put up more of a fight and go back to their core of snowballing Maple mid lane. As for HKE, we think that Toys is going to play very passive due to Maple's aggression, and they're going to try to camp top lane for Mei. Whoever can snowball their carries is going to Worlds. Thanks, and that's all for LMS. Back to you, Riv.
Thanks, Clement. Always great hearing from you. And rounding out the regions that have a shot at Worlds, let's check the results of the playoff-packed weekend for the international wildcard teams. Dark Passage won the Turkish Grand Finals, Detonation Focus Me was triumphant in Japan, and the Chiefs Esports Club took the Oceanic title. Pain Gaming won the CB LOL Finals, while Chaos Latin Gamers was victorious in the Latin America Closing Cup Finals. That means the GPL will be the final IWC region to crown their champion as they conclude their playoffs this Sunday. Now let's check out the pulse-pounding plays that were pulled off as teams powered into postseason positions, or as fans of alliteration would call it, the Penta.
Coming in at number 5, all the way from Brazil, it was INTZ's Macau with the switcheroo.
São 3 jogadores cercando ele. O ultimate tem a passagem sobre a. Foi isolado pelo Jude. O Micão tenta ganhar tempo. Consegue trocar a posição. Meu Deus do céu! Que jogada maravilhosa do Micão! Ultimate agora. O Johnson 4 foi abatido. Killing spree pro Micão, que fez uma jogada sensacional.
At number 4, M3 learns that one does not simply dive Uzi.
Pitch goes wide. Uzi trying to do what he can. Playful Trickster not going to find the damage. Explosive Cast doing some work there.
Oh, he got him.
My goodness, Looper. Is he going to get killed by the minions? That's the question. Going finds his way in. Uzi turns around. One more auto attack. Uses the ultimate. What the heck? And in comes Cool. Uzi, you should have died. You don't channel Ace in the hole when there's a... Oh. It's about sending a message sometime. And, you know, Looper had the audacity to dive Uzi's Caitlyn.
Diving in at number 3, it was OMG going up in flames.
He's dodging a lot of abilities so far, but taking so much damage. Going kites it out. He's so low, he could try to turn, but runs for his life. Cool, trying to keep pace. He's run out of mana for his ultimate. He gets one kill as the miss micro from Loveling keeps him down. Snare under the turret. Cool is being brought low. Flame, double kill, outplays Loveling and Cool.
Okay, this is awesome. The big problem here is the fact that Cool just has no mana or damage. He's not able to do anything to assist in this dive. Here's the misstep from Loveling. You saw that he was out to the outside, figured that he would drop aggro, takes one more shot. But this, the max range twisted advance on the tower aggro into the CC chain.
Rookie Zazir brought glory to Shurima in our number 2 play of the week.
Kiting him towards the base. Shockwave onto Rookie. Dissonance
Wow.
is there. There's the inset. Oh my god! Rookie is incredible. Turns it all around. That is 3 kills and probably the game for IG. Rookie does a good old hold my drink. I'm going in, boys.
And the number 1 spot on the Penta is a pentakill from Detonation Focus Me's Rokenia in the LJL Grand Championship.
テレポート来ましたね。裏に入ってます。完全に入ってるアミューズ。はい、体当たる。フラッシュで逃げた。逃げた形か。ボーブ4。イコライザーが少し重なっているような形で、さあ、ユダボン選手がフロントラインとして、ロケリアのダメージ。ロケリアのダメージ。1対5のほとんどダメージだし、ダブルキルまで持っていった。からのロケリア。トリプルキル。クワトラキル。ペンタがあるのか。まだ前にステップして、ユダボンがタワーダメージを持っている。
And remember, the Penta needs you. If you spot a pro play worthy being included here, tweet it to us at LOL Esports as usual, along with the usual hashtag, the Penta. Now we'd like to take a moment to congratulate the newest teams that will join the LCS. Yesterday, Team Dignitas EU beat Mousesports 3-2 in Europe, while Renegades took out Team Coast in 5 games here in North America. Both teams will report for duty in the LCS in 2016. And with that, we can close the curtain on yet another episode of PrimeTime League.
Rivington Bislin the third.
What you got there?
Aren't you forgetting one small thing?
Thank you for the reminder. After last weekend's victory over Gravity, we got a peek into the mind of Dyrus thanks to GameSpot. And while Dyrus said, once again, this could be his last year in the LCS, that's not the part of the interview we were interested in. So sit back and listen to Phreak's dramatic reading of some priceless Dyrus wisdom in our last hit.
Good day. Dyrus has announced that he may be retiring after Team Solo Mid's season concludes this year. I, for one, am hoping that he stays because if he leaves, we will be robbed of his unique view that he brings to the LCS. After TSM's series on Sunday, Dyrus spoke with Travis Gafford about how TSM operates as a team. Today on Master Tier Theater, we present a dramatic reading from that interview. Every good TP that I've had wasn't only by me, but a combined effort of me, Lustboy, Santorin, Bjerg shot calling, even Turtle. Everyone on the team is calling for the TPs, so instead of me just using TP as a single person, we're using it as a team. For example, let's say you cloned yourself 5 times, and you all knew what you wanted to do. Instead of it just being me now, it's the entire team feeling like, oh, we have TP up here. And I let them know at a certain time. And, like, just body parts of a person. I like, as TSM like, it just works out that way. And I feel like, as a team, we've gotten better. Well, Dyrus, hopefully you can get fed on some croissants on your way to Paris for Worlds this year.